Hey guys, today's Wednesday, January the 24th of 24. So without any further delay, let's get into natural gas. Okay, so we threw in a pitchfork here, just kind of see if natural gas was going to hold this angle. And so far, it pierced it a little bit and now got back in. And now it looks like it's heading back to the point of control, which is 257. Point of control, line in the sand. And if it gets up there, then what is going to happen? We're going to continue pushing higher. Very possible. But remember that towards the end of this week, let's say Friday, it's a bullish day statistically. But then seasonality starts dropping off. I don't know if that's due to the weather or not, or just demand slowing even more. But that's what the seasonality is showing. So it's kind of tricky right now. We're going to go up here just to like go back down and push lower, maybe test this low and test that low. We'll see. Volume was very weak. Bulls didn't really show up in droves. You know, this is pretty much the bottom of the barrel or close to it. And it was very weak. I didn't see any action in regards to the volume. Let's look at our indicators. MACD is still negative on the weekly. Kind of picking up and pulling in. Point of control here. And looks like the daily, there's like a hockey stick building up. So maybe the turn is coming, or it's going to be, looks like it's about to happen. But not officially confirmed. This is where we're at right now. Point of control, 257. There's another one here on the weekly, which is 261. Let's go into our midpoint control chart here. And a couple of things. Let's look at the statistical calendar. So today is bullish, but not by much. 0.06, kind of flat almost. This weekday, mostly Wednesdays, are a little leaning towards the bearish side. So yesterday we were supposed to be bearish, not by a lot either 0.12. So if you were to go short, you didn't probably pan out. And I'm gonna give you a tip to help you when we encounter like statistical calendar. Thursday, big bearish day. If it plays out, like I always say, so we're using probability. So the money sign's a little bigger. And then Friday, very bullish day, if it all plays out. So looking at our price action for the U.S. session, you see there we kind of dipped at, low, close to, 232, almost kissing that low. So that's a fail new low, FNL. And then just kind of grinding sideways. And towards like the end of the day, around like 1:30 and New York time, after the lunch session, it just popped and grinded into the overnight session. And this is where we're at right now, at this pivot high, or the low of last week, which was 251. And we're hovering there. And you notice that around 5:30, things start changing. It's either going to continue pushing higher, or this time it pushed lower. So keep an eye on 5:30 and have a volume chart here and just kind of see if things are starting to pick up. You may want to continue grinding higher. So if that's the case, you got a target of, you got two targets. You got the 269 and then the 285. But if it's just going to go sideways here and just kind of go back here and, test this here and go back up, you got 234 as support. And, it's not going to obviously go to 217. That might be probably for Thursday. But 234 could be realistic. We could probably push, bounce and go up, or continue grinding higher, like I said, to 269 to 285. For today, which is Wednesday, you got to stay above 241 to continue pushing higher. And 249 is your low. Targets to the upside would be 254 and then 258. Let's open this up a little more. Yeah, 254, 258. And that could probably happen. And then next would be your 261. On the bigger picture, you already hit the midpoint on the monthly, which is 254. You're shy 253. So 254, you filled in the gap, which is good. Gap is filled. And if it's going to grind higher from here, then your next target will be 261. So remember, 261, it's coming up. You got that 261 previous midpoint there. So now for the statistical calendar, the dilemma, well, what can I use to figure out, if I'm going to use a statistical calendar as a guide? Well, one thing I could recommend, use something that's going to tell you is bullish or bearish of your indicators. Like, okay, the statistical calendar says it's a up day. Let's say here's an up day, a bullish day, but prices are going down. Whatever indicator or technique or stuff you use to tell you that, it's bearish, use that. Well, I don't know what to use. I don't know. I don't have any indicators. I don't know even where to start. Well, I'll give you a tip. Use a VWAP. If prices are below the VWAP, chances are that prices are going to continue selling. If prices are above the VWAP and the statistical calendar says it's a bearish day, you're above the VWAP, follow the VWAP because prices are above the VWAP. So if it's a bearish day, bearish day, trading day, statistically, and you're below the VWAP, I will be shorting. If it's bullish and you're above the VWAP, then that's even more confirmation that we're going to be a bullish day. Yesterday was leaning a little bit towards the bearish side statistically, but look at the price action. We dipped, US session started, 9:30 right here. We were somewhere around here, kind of oscillating below, never really closing and like slamming, but just kind of going back and forth. It was kind of mixed, during the US session, but somewhere around 1:30, things changed. And now look, you were above the VWAP. So it was kind of more of a sideways with a little bias to the upside because you were making mix, not higher highs and higher lows, but more higher lows. Here you can see that it could have been a double top, fail new high, but then it trapped all these shorts and then pushed higher. And now we're going sideways here. So that's just a tip, a thought, for those that needed something to at least counter when the statistical calendar says positive or negative. Your confirmation would be the VWAP. VWAP is indicator that I think a lot of people have right there. VWAP, VWAP. It uses standard, and this just kind of tells you, the line in the sand within the bulls and the bears, and a lot of institutions use these. So I'll leave it at that. But good trading. I'll be stepping out. I got to do some things today. So hopefully this video helps you. But so far, we're going good. It's grinding higher. Let's see if we can continue pushing higher. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on natural gas.